Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open Ultra League today, and we're going to be trying out the Pangoro paired with the Weezing and the Shadow Typhlosion. So, got the Steelix to deal with here. We're just going to stay in and fire off of this close combat. We do get a shield or get the KO, and then we're going to switch into the Typhlosion immediately here. We tank the breaking swipe, but they actually get the debuff, so they force us to throw some energy here, and then they're going to be able to fire off an Aqua Tail with their Drapion. So they've only revealed Steelix and Drapion. We're going to go straight into our Pangoro, fire off the close combat. They shield that correctly again. And then we're going to go into our Weezing. This Weezing versus the Drapion is going to be kind of interesting. Looks like they catch our move onto their Cresselia. We are not running Overheat, so we're going to have a bunch of brutal swings to throw. This is going to get them into the red. We will let this go, and it looks like they throw the grass knot and we barely survive. So now we're going to go straight back in with the Pangoro, get to another close combat. Still not enough to take out this team. Having to use a shield here just to take it out. So that was an display of close combats from the Pangoro. 3 close combats just to take out their team. Got an interesting lead here. We are gonna fire off this close combat and then switch out. So looks like they're gonna throw a move. Ancient Power is used. They get the boost, but they actually just dip out of there because they have the Gastrodon in the back. So at least we bait out the Gastrodon right now, and then we're gonna do our best here to get rid of this thing. This is not gonna KO, and they're gonna be able to get to 2 body slams. We should survive this next one, and then we're going to see if 2 shield Weezing can win us the game. But unfortunately, we are not running Overheat, and we only have the brutal swing version. So our opponent, it could have still been taken out from that range, but our opponent does let the first one go, and now they pretty much know we don't have Overheat. We only have brutal swings to throw, so this is advantage to them. We are going to switch out, reset the debuff, and go into the Pangoro. We can only get 1 move off, and unfortunately for us, no Overheat is going to be tough to win this backline because the Fortress definitely has a lot of energy, and they still have all 3 of their Pokemon available. So this is a case where not running Overheat onto our Weezing hurt us, but it still would have been pretty tough because their Gastro basically didn't use any shields, and we had to basically try to win the game with the Weezing. So another horrible lead. We go into the Typhlosion, and we see the Tentacruel. So Tentacruel is going to be able to tank the first one, not the second one. They do shield that one, and then we are going to just let this go. Tentacruel, don't have a great answer for. They are going to be able to throw another Scold here. So we're going to overfarm and then fire off this Night Slash to finally take him out. Now we have the Shadow Hariyama. We're going to let this go here. They do have the Heavy Slam. That is heavy damage towards our Weezing, and that actually might win in the game there. Another brutal swing gets this Feraligatr into the low yellow, and it looks like these Shadow Claws are just adding up too much. We are not going to be able to take out the Feraligatr, and they do snipe us with that Shadow Hariyama. So good play by them. We just basically needed to make a call whether that Hariyama move was going to be effective or not, and unfortunately we were wrong. Next we got the Pangoro versus the Licky. So we finally get a bait, we get a shield from our opponent, and then here we're going to throw this close combat before they get to their move, and down goes the Licky. So let's see what they bring in. Ends up being the Golisopod. Okay, so Golisopod here is going to be kind of tricky, as it does have the ability to get to these water moves. They swap into their Dragalge, so that is an interesting backline. We are not going to be able to damage it that much with our Typhlosion, so we have to try to win this game with our Weezing. We're just going to try to spam our way through this, as we realize, okay, they switch back out into their Golisopod. We're going to shield here, and then we're going to fire off our Sludge here. They do let it go because I think they realized that we only had the Brutal Swing. However, this Aqua Tail takes out the Pangoro. We thought we could survive that right there, and unfortunately our opponent does get to another move. This Aqua Tail takes us out, and down goes the Weezing. So tough situation with that Golisopod. Had a great lead, and just couldn't quite close it with our Weezing. All right, next we got the Pangoro versus the Typhlosion. This matchup here is kind of shield dependent, so we're going to apply the pressure first. We're going to go for this Nice Slash, and they call the move. So they are going to be throwing their own Thunder Punch, okay? And then we're going to fire up another Nice Slash. We finally get the shield, and then we're going to switch into our own Typhlosion. This Typhlosion is going to tank the first one, and they reveal a dragon. So all the dragons countering the Typhlosion right now, unfortunately. Looks like one Dragon Claw is not enough, so they get the farm down. We're going to have to come back in here with the Weezing. Yeah, Brutal Swings. So Brutal Swing is going to get fired off. They farmed up a ton of energy. We are suspicious, and we do show the correct Shadow Force, and this puts us in a good spot as we have a ton of energy on our Weezing. Down goes the Typhlosion, and now we see the Feraligatr. Feraligatr is very spammy, as you may know, and they do get to this move here. We are going to shield, and we're going to fire off another Sludge. Let's see if our opponent ends up throwing the move. We try to catch the move, and they end up having to throw the move anyways, so Hydro Cannon energy is used, and luckily we get to another Sludge before they get to their move, and we are able to farm down. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.